hesitate. So why don't you do that thing?
Alright, let's sit back into it. Sounds of Ren with Anything here on the Best of British show. This is your host Rob on Pulse 88 Radio, and I'm joined by my special guest Skripture from SayNothing. I pronounced that right, Skripture?
Yeah, Skripture.
Skripture.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that you've been in the school,
yes,
which is a musical band,
yes,
as opposed to a boy band,
yeah, right,
full of producers,
100%.
Artists, rappers, singers, dancers.
Yeah.
No reality TV show for you, not your style.
It's not my mode at all.
Working with Bashi as well, producing for Bashi. What? Talk to me about that.
That was a long time ago. Still, I think what happened is a friend of mine, Casa Progression, who's highly from Weston's older brother, heavily in the music industry as well. Like he got in touch with him to work with him, and then he put Bashi onto me, and we worked together from there. Like the two songs in his album, his first album, if anyone remembers, Catch Me If You Can. Yeah. That I had two tracks on there. So yeah, that led me to work with Dappy and Angel, who's a friend of mine anyway. So you know what I mean. So that was a good situation. After that, like I said, I was playing bass as well, so I ended up being the MD for Daneo's band. At one stage, when he was coming out with all this like
the Funky House.
Yeah, the Funky House rhythms. Yeah. So,
and now he's back.
Now he's back doing this thing. You know what I mean? And salute to him as well, man, doing this thing. So yeah, I'm just happy for everyone right now. I think there's a lot of good energy and good music coming out of the scene right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like the perfect time that your level of experience and like your longevity in the scene and the people that you've worked with, you've probably seen a lot. You've seen people go up and down.
Yeah,
is there anyone you think is in the scene now who doesn't deserve to be there, but you know someone who's more talented who could take that spot?
Name the person who I don't.
You don't have to name, but you think in your opinion. You don't have to say name.
Right.
You don't have to name names.
I'm like that guy. Nah, you know, I don't want to knock anyone because I'm about positive energy still. So I'll say that I think the person two people who deserve to be higher up from where they are is number one, Angel. Definitely, I think he's an amazing talent for the UK. I think in terms of just delivery, vocally, production, do you know what I mean, and songwriting skills, like there's not really anyone who's touching him in the UK, so there shouldn't be anyone above him when it comes to that mode, do you know what I mean? Another brother who's family of mine as well, my young cousin Don, used to play for Jesse Ware, play drums. He's signed to Ireland now. He's put out an album last year or the year before that, and he's just come out with another single now called God Knows. So yeah, like I've done all day, and he's another artist I think should be more well known, do you know what I mean? In terms of his production skills, he plays, you know, he plays drums and sings, you know what I mean? He's got Michael Turner as well. So yeah, I mean, I think hail up the UK people are doing well, also Western as well, do you know what I mean? I think they're doing bits now, they don't really need that large enough. But
would you think, you mentioned Daneo before, working with Daneo, do you think that he would be here today? Not in a disrespectful way, just kind of like the whole Funky House came, it went, he disappeared, he's reappeared. There seems to be a lot of that with certain artists. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think he would have been here because knowing him, he's a vibist. He's got beats all day long, and he doesn't stop. Do you know what I mean? So it's not. I don't think it was a thing whereby he was a wave artist where you know you come and you go. He was always in the scene from a long time ago. I don't know if everyone remembers him being named Mr. Fidget. Do you know what I mean? Back in the day, he had the chick called Bounce.
You
know what I mean? Back in the day.
That was him.
That was him.
Wow.
That's how I know my brother. You know what I mean? So I remember calling him. I was in the works at Kingston. That's where I grew up. Remember phoning him, like Black Tunes playing on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So for him to be around now, it just shows the longevity that UK artists have. Do you know what I mean? If they get given the chance and the respect, they can run the show. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I think it's a good thing, definitely.
And you know what I love about your story is that everything's been switched. Everything's been interchangeable. So you've gone from producing to working in a musical band, working solo, rapping, releasing projects independently, and now teaming up with your brother and forming this duo. So this duo, SayNothing. Say why that name originally?
Well, because what it is a concept of my brother's a producer as well. Do you know what I mean? So, and obviously I produce, but in this particular project, I'm not doing anything production. I might have a little like, you know, I play bass on some songs or something like that, but mainly all the production is my brother. So that's the difference between this project and any other project. I'm not doing any production. It's just me doing all the vocals. So I'm the Say part. And then my brother's the Nothing part. My name's Sean, which is obviously the essay, you know what I mean? And I'm a lot more talkative than
and he's Nathan.
Nathan, Nothing, so that's the...
that is sick.
And we want to say, like, we'd rather let the music do the talking. Do you get it? It's not really about all the fame and all that kind of stuff. We were even thinking about coming out faceless, so no one's going to see what we want. And that's why we had the baby pictures.
Yeah, I did see the baby pictures. I was waiting for, like, the...
the baby pictures, so people want to see what we're like. But it's not about that, do you get me? It's not really about being the face of the whole thing. It's more about the music and what we're concerned with is people people getting that sound and understanding who we are. That's why when we put a project out, we put it out as a full, so they can just get the whole thing. Because if they hear the first tune, they might think, oh, these men are commercial. You know what I mean? And even at the end of the first tune, you go somewhere else, just to let you know, you know what I mean, the levels of where we exactly, that you can't ever, don't predict what we're going to come out with, because the next EP is nothing like this one, and it's already done. So.
Oh wow, when can we expect it out? Because I mean, the one out at the moment has been out since June.
Yes.
So I mean, we've been listening through that. So the next one, you already got it done.
Yeah, that's already done. That's hopefully going to feature highly from Western and Donny as well on it. But yeah, it's done. It's literally, again, it's just a little expansion of ourselves. That's why we call the first one Project 0.25, because we're going to do Project 0.5, 0.75, and then get to the first album. Do you know what I mean? So
so
like album number one.
Yeah.
So like that kind of move. Only because we just want to show people, like, there's artists nowadays that, you know, when you get their album, they're doing mad different vibes on one album, like Rihanna. Do you know what I mean? You can never predict what she's gonna come up with next, because she might do a dancehall vibe, she might do a trap vibe, she might do a slow jam, she might do a ballad. You know what I mean? You can't predict her, so I think we kind of want to come out in that vein. So that's why we put it out as a project first.
And so, what's your opinion on trap music?
I love it. Like, I love it. I do it all day long. I listen to it all day long. So, I mean, I like percussion. It's healthy. Do you know what I mean? Because I think in the US, like, they have that freedom to do whatever they want, and they're always creating new things. Do you know what I mean? Because they're obviously in this country. If you look at London, the demographic where, you know, from the hood is like across the road from $1 million house. Do you know what I mean? £1 million house. So you live within middle class people at the same time. Whereas there, if you go to the hood, you're not seeing a white brother for a long time. So their level of music is so potent. It's a different level to us. You know what I mean? They don't have any concept of what the market is, or, you know, trying to get this number one single. They're just doing whatever the hell they want, and that's how trap was birthed. You know what I mean? So I like music that is potent and real and 100% authentic. That's where I'm from.
And now I realise that apart from the trap, which is kind of like a UK version of drill.
Yeah,
is how they describe it.
Yeah.
So we've also got the Afro swing now. People like Kojo Funds, J Hus.
Yes.
It's insane to think that we've created a genre.
Yeah,
in essence.
100%. No, I'm glad about that as well, because I mean, even back in the day, Afrobeat's big now. Do you know what I mean? And I remember back in the day when it was just coming up, I wasn't even really feeling it. But you can see the difference in the music, the level of musical talent that's going into it now. They're probably taking it serious. You know what I mean? The production, the videos, like millions of views now. Even the US are starting to look to them. So we're gonna do the same thing. And I think the Afro UK thing, the Afro swing thing, is again influenced by Africa. It's influenced by Jamaica and all the other Caribbean, you know, styles and stuff. So, and then we obviously gonna add our own flavour from grime to it. Do you know what I mean? So we're always gonna be doing that, and we're heavily influenced by those two continents. You know what I mean?
If you could work with an Afrobeat artist, who would it be?
Well, I would be. What's my name? I think his name is got some called Jiro, because he's a bad man. Davido or Wizkid. And then another guy, MT, he's another guy, yeah. So those four guys, I think, are the guys.
So they're the three Afrobeats guys. So say like we got our Pulse phone here right now, as you can see it be going off. If you do want to hit up the Pulse number, it's 07951 497 So in our magic Pulse phone, we have every number of every UK artist ever. You get 3 phone calls.
Right.
Who are you calling to collab with? Ever in the UK.
Lord have mercy, ever in the UK.
And you can't have worked with them before. I know you've got some massive lists, right? It's crazy.
No, I'll do. I'm one of them epic guys. I'll go for a twist. Like I'd work with Sting.
Okay,
yeah,
wow.
So like, I'll go there with it. Like why, like, you know what I mean, reach for the stars and that. That's what I want. So I'd work with Sting and I'd make him do something he's never done before. But he's also a guy I look up to because he plays bass and I play bass.
Right.
He sings and I sing. You know what I mean? So even though he does what he does, you know, them guys were hard back in the day. Police. You know what I mean? And they came from that reggae vibe as well. So yeah, probably him.
Okay.
Anyone else in the UK? I mean, back in the day, one of my guys I always used to listen to was Craig David. So,
Craig David, my dad, bro, my dad. He's not legit, my dad. I'm just so used to saying it now. People are just like, oh my god, just scare into the stids.
I hear that. But yeah, I mean, he's a bad man. You know, I mean, he's one of the UK legends that we have in this country.
That could happen, man. That could happen. He's working with Big Nasty and stuff.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. So glad he's back. You know what I mean? And much respect to them, man. So yeah, probably them guys. I'm trying to think of anyone else really. Anyway, the new guys. I like Kojo Funds, man. I like Kojo Funds.
So you're team Kojo Funds, not team J House?
No, I'm team both. I'm impartial still, you know what I mean? I've got the team that's happening and I respect both of them, you know what I mean? I've got no parts there either, so yeah, love to both.
They're very diverse choices.
Yeah.
And I've noticed everyone who chooses 3 people, they're all very, very diverse. I've had people come and say they want to work with Adele, Ed Sheeran, and like Akel, just completely all over the place, right?
People. I think that's because when you grow up, like that's the whole mode that I'm seeing right now. Like even just played the Ren's track, you know what I mean? And he's singing and doing this thing. I think that's different from what it used to be back in the day. I think everyone used to have, because you know back in the day when you were in school, your how you used to dress used to dictate who you roll with.
Yeah.
Like, you know, them ones that says, okay, if you listen to grime hip hop, you dress this way. If you listen to boom boom, you dress this way.
Yeah.
Now it's not that. You can roll up to someone who dresses a certain way. If you look in their iPod, they probably say, man, you'll probably be surprised Skripture's in there. You might be surprised that Justin Bieber might be in there. Do you know what I mean? And these artists are working with each other. So if you grow up and you've been listening to all these influences from early, like you're obviously gonna have that influence in your music. So it's gonna lead you to do different things when you're older. And I think everyone's being a bit more honest with what they like now. No one's scared to say, I like Ed Sheeran. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you'd be like, well, you do really like Ed Sheeran, but you can see someone. You might find a black brother banging Ed Sheeran in his whip. You know what I mean? Singing his heart out. You never know. You know what I mean? So
especially when he's doing remixes with Stormzy and Young Bane as well. Yeah,
100%. So that's what I think that should have been happening from time ago. I think people are just more honest with how they feel. They don't really care what someone says. If a man says I don't like that, don't like it, and I do, innit? You get me? So that's what it is now, man.
It's not that deep anymore.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
Well, we've got an artist here. This is we're in our UK Unsigned half an hour right here on the Best of British show. We've got an artist here, Zanelle Fontaine, featuring a track with Sneakbo. You know Zanelle?
Yeah, I do actually still.
I literally remember him from good like 5 years ago now when he was first doing music, young brother.
Yeah.
I thought, this guy's sick.
Yeah.
I look in my inbox, this guy's got a track with Sneakbo. Sometimes, you know, when you got it, you just got that ear. Let's get into it. Zanelle Fontaine, Tropicana, featuring Sneakbo here on the Best of British show.
Yeah, he's using
He's got like a little foot, right? He's a young guy.
Yeah, he's sick, man. He's got a mad voice, innit? He's a mad voice. He's good, man. He's good. Yeah, he's was an age where he was producing some stuff and still working there, yeah.
Pulse88.co.uk. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Pulse88 Radio.
Skripture.
Yes.
From the Say Nothing.
Yes.
So we were talking about, obviously we spoke about the new single, which is Say Nothing.
Yes.
Which is available now. You can go check it out.
Yep.
And then the video is going to be dropping. Talk to me about the video. Who's shooting the video? Where's it going? Where can we see it?
Hopefully it'll be going up on, even one of the outlets from the UK. I won't name any names just in case it doesn't go up on the one I say. But the guy shooting it is a good friend of mine, Quason Matthews.
Okay.
He shot a lot of videos for the scene. He shot the Chipmunk, I don't know if you remember the Chipmunk and Young and Beef. Yeah, so he shot all the Chipmunks videos for that.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
So he's Team Chip.
Yeah, he's Team Chip. I was Team Chip for that as well, still. But love to both sides and whatnot. But he's been in the scene for a long time, so we've done all Graham Daly's videos as well, been about for a minute still. He did a Doc Rotten's video for Overload, and he's doing a bunch of films and stuff now. But we'll be collaborating with him on this new video coming out soon.
So what can we expect from the video?
I don't want to give away too much, just probably a little bit of insight into kind of who we are, I would say, or what type of things to expect in terms of videos from us. It will be very unorthodox, I think, and very bespoke. And just not your normal, you know what I mean? And I think that's going to be our aim, is to try and just, work outside the box, you know what I mean? That's the whole thing, that's our whole aim, 100%.
Okay.
So.
And so we were speaking before about performances as well. We're doing a lot of performances coming up. Talk to me about these. Where are these happening?
Yeah, well, last one we did was at Sophie's Music Emotions PR launch night, which was about a week ago now, which was, was sick still. It was a good show. Yeah,
that was birthdays.
Yeah.
I came when Kevin Weathers was on. So I literally came late.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah. And they're like, it's done, yeah. I was like, but I came straight, I swear. Like, I literally came because I came straight from work.
It was a good show, man. She I think that was her first event still, so she's got another one coming up, let me plug that for her as well. I think it's
the Female Hustler one, yeah.
Big up, go to that as well, go and sell to the net and there'll be tickets for that. But yeah, the last one was sick there. She had like loads of different artists down there. And it was live, man, good response. We've got another couple coming up as well. My cousin Donick is doing a couple shows. He's doing one in Leeds and he's doing one in London. And I'll get the details to you for that as well. But that's coming up. One is in October, one's at end of September. I think so.
And you guys are going to be on that one as well?
Yeah, right? We're going to be supporting. We'll play behind as well. My brother SayNothing. We'll play behind him and then we'll perform one of our songs as well on that same show as well. So, yeah.
What's the response like further up the UK? For like,
listen, it's mad. The best shows are not in London.
Because I do hear that a lot. But I'm like, nah, they can't be all like that. No,
they are turned up. They don't, because the thing is, it's like a novelty for them. Like they don't really see UK, well, the London artists. Do you know what I mean? So everyone who's really, really big, apart from Bugsy Malone and a couple other different artists who are out up north anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't see them every single day. I can go to Tottenham and walk down the road and maybe bump into someone. You get me? And it happens to me all the time. I bump into people. You know what I mean? So, but out there, when they really appreciate music because they don't get to see it every single day live music. So you got Glasgow, Cardiff, Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham. They just go nuts. It's the best shit because they don't have any like they're not really bougie. I don't know. I'm being a bit biased by saying London people. When you go to shows, they're a bit reserved.
Of course,
too cool and whatnot.
So we're just stunters, isn't it?
Yeah,
straight stunters out here.
They're not sweat out there.
They
go ham.
They're mosh pitting.
Yeah, mosh pitting. Go ham. It just gives you that energy. So if you feed off of that, you just give it back to them. You get me? So I love performing outside London. To be honest.
So we've got Leeds coming. Leeds and what's the other one?
Leeds and London, but we might have one in Paris as well. So
that's dope.
So yeah, man. Yeah, big up Johnny for knows as well, man. He'll kill us.
Jesus. So man's going European international.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So we got the video coming out soon. So when's it dropping? We got a date for it?
No, we haven't got a date, but it's going to drop within the next month. So we're all coming up to August now. So let's say September will be out 100%.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
And of course, the socials is SayNothing TP.
Yes, on Facebook, Insta, Twitter. Yeah, SayNothing TP. Yeah, we should have a website coming out soon as well.
So a lot on the pipeline. So what would you say? This is a good thing to ask you actually, because you're someone who's worked within music, like behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, with different artists, and you've been in the game, let's say a decade.
Yeah.
What is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
Oh, okay, I'd say two things. One is it's business, it's not personal. So, and it's difficult to say that because when it's with music, you're putting it all in and you take things personally no matter what. Do you know what I mean? When you create a project, it's like your little baby, do you know what I mean? But when you get that criticism or you get knocked back or setbacks or whatever, just don't take it personally, do you know what I mean? Because it is a business at the end of the day. Exposure is what these people are after, or money is what they're after, do you know what I mean? They're not necessarily don't necessarily recognize you personally, but they're just looking at the industry or the music game as that, do you know what I mean? So, and the second thing is still remain yourself, do you know what I mean? So I think you have to be very strong-minded and very thick-skinned to survive in this industry. Very strong-minded in the sense that you don't let other people, sway you from what you originally wanted to do. If you had a plan, don't be reactive, be proactive. So have your plan in place before, do you know what I mean, and your moves in place before, you know what you want to do. If someone comes to you with, change this or don't do your song like that, or that's, what I mean, just listen to them.
Stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused on what you're on, because you'll always prevail. I mean, if you just look back at other artists like Justin Timberlake, that single Like I Love You, imagine the record company said that's not the first single, and he was like, you might have put it out first, and they were like, no, what the other one's better, put that out now. If you play that guitar bit anywhere in the world, you know they're gonna know what time it is. So imagine if he listened to his company, imagine that, you know what I mean, and not put that song out because he listened to them and they thought they know better. You would never made it like that, you know what I mean? So I think go with your gut, you know what I mean? Go with your instincts and your gut, and I think you'll survive, definitely.
What way to end it?